Hello and welcome to JomezPro's coverage of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We are here for round 4 of Discraft's Green Mountain Championship from Smugglers Notch Resort in Vermont. BigSexy Commentary here with you, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
Glad to be back for the final round. Looking forward to some great action and what I'm going to go ahead and call the Green Mountain race for second place. Let's just go ahead and call it what it is. This guy's on another plane.
McBeth playing fantastic. 100% C1X.
Jeez.
Minus 28 through all that wind. You see Simon tied for second place, 8 shots back at minus 20.
Who else we got today, Nate? Oh, Chris Dickerson. Also 8 back.
Chris Dickerson, 8 back as well. And then
70%.
Nikko Locastro, 10 back.
Yeah. Wow. Little love out there
Look
for the
at that reversal.
How did he do that? How did he do that? Wow.
Back on the Fox Run course, not quite as windy as day 2, but still significant. Hole 1, par 4, 600 feet, OB lining the entire fairway. So you just want to get safe here. Distance not that important as it's only 600, and to navigate that in 2 shots is not a problem for any of these players. But do notice just how tight that OB gets on the left and the right as you get up by the pin. And Hannah showing Paul a couple throwing tips just right before the round. I've seen her do that before. They pull up some form videos and he'll check in with that just to get himself refreshed.
You got to remember to pull it across your chest.
Yep. And now you're going to see him do it. You know, was part of the reason that he's as good as he is. Always learning, always studying. Yeah.
Yep. Pulled it right across his chest.
That's fantastic.
And now here's the good result. Hopefully it doesn't go B. No, it does go B.
Oh, boy. Well, we were wrong. That's a surprise. It is a bit of a slope, this fairway, like kind of subtly so. Like you don't really think about it until you get up there and you're like, oh, no wonder my disc skips like that.
Yeah.
So it can be a hard drive as you see Paul trying to play the safe hyzer, just skipping out of bounds.
Simon's eyes kind of lit up there a little bit. I don't know if something funny was said or if he had like this crazy vision in his head of like doing something like that. Oh, goodness.
That was a ton of skip, but somehow stops.
That's so far right.
From Limestone, Tennessee, also with a share of second place. Let's hear it for Chris Dickerson.
And it could also just be like when you're in the tee box sometimes and the wind is so tricky, you don't know what to do. Sometimes you just kind of laugh a little bit like, here we go. I don't know what's going to happen here.
I think this is a mid-range.
And this is turned over a little bit too much. And
wow. It's on the line?
It is on the line.
And he's not sure. The spotter's saying not sure, but I'm guessing because we saw that graphic, it must have been ruled out of bounds. And that looks like it's going to be kind of a terrible spot once you put this meter.
Yeah. That is a statement outfit. I'll leave it at that. Nico showing some love with nice hyzer to the middle. The only player really anywhere close to the middle.
Yeah, that was great. Unlucky to be right on that tree, but really nice shot. And look what he's forced into here.
Yin yang on the disc, heart on the shirt. All sorts of symbols and messages out here for Nico today.
That was solid.
Yeah, that was a great shot there. It's going to be... Oh, yeah, the group. That's a tough call. When you see paint on the other side of the disc, that's a hard one to call safe.
Because this is where I think the line is.
I mean, unfortunately, even if it was stake to stake, I think it might be OB by like an inch.
Okay, I just want to get y'all's opinion.
Yeah.
So is it the red stakes or where it just went out?
No, you take it where it went out.
Where it went
Or
out.
the drop zone where that's there.
Okay.
Because you went inside this. Yep, inside this. So you can,
Okay.
I don't care which one.
And Chris Dickerson probably took it back. Okay, so that's smart to give himself a better angle.
That is really smart.
A lot of times in that situation, you'll just play it exactly where you went out of bounds. But no, don't do that.
Come on, how?
Chris has really seen some unfortunate breaks on this hole alone. We saw in round 2 take a 6. He's going to have a putt for a 6 here.
He's got a putt for 5.
Putt for 5. You're right. He's going to have a putt for 5. Paul's going to have a tap in for 4.
Nice shot.
Great approach. Just so easy.
And Simon a little bit hot coming in, but finds safe ground.
Nikko step walking it in.
Big birdie.
And the peace sign to the crowd, too. There's a little theme going on here. I see it.
And that's going to get him right up into the conversation for second place right away.
Mm-hmm. And Chris is going to drop off here with the bogey at best here. Yeah. Good save that time. But, man.
That's why they've been calling the limestone laser, man. He just hits those putts. He just that low delivery step putt. Count it.
Simon.
Good birdie.
Collecting the bird. I think there's a probably pretty good chance that we're going to see Paul throw the disc that he's picking up right now coming up in just a minute.
Hole 2, short par 3, 270 feet over the little rise, just going straight away through the trees to the elevated basket. You've got OB on the right side and deep, so if it gets away from you, you can get in trouble, but really this is more about the trees. You just have to navigate that fairway. If you're left of the basket, even 30 feet, you can have some really tricky putts. Pretty.
Yeah, and that's going to hit the box. Oh, yeah. Got a little piece of it. Well done, Simon. What I like is that in the the drone flight over this hole to today, you can already see the change in the leaves that much more.
That's awesome.
It is like right at that perfect time of the season. Nikko loving it. This place is going to be wild in like 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is going to be orange and yellow, and it's already beautiful.
Wow, that gets overstable on Paul. It's still right there.
Yep.
Should have one little tree to straddle around, but I don't expect too much issue. And Chris also going to go with the putter.
Yeah. Oh, lot of spin there. Goodness
You gotta
gracious.
be kidding me. Okay.
That would have been just a heartbreak.
It's still a terrible break, but at least he's in bounds this time.
Yeah, had that been flat ground, no way that happens. And Chris is going to pay the price of an unfortunate skip roll. Or a spin roll. That wasn't really even a skip. It
just popped it up.
Yeah. I hadn't seen too many results like that. That's kind of a interesting action on the green and able to pick up the par, but man, that could have turned into a bogey so quick, especially if that had gone another 6 inches.
And it just looked like such a birdie drive. You know, it looked just like all the other drives of the group, so unfortunate.
It really did. Nikko with a good start. 2 down through 2. Looking like we're definitely going to have Simon 2 down through 2, and Paul with the short putt to get on the birdie board.
Didn't even need any straddle. Had an open line to the basket. Hole 3 is another par 3. This one, 285, going straight ahead and then a little bit left. Keep in mind the OB on the right side and the OB long as the green kind of drops away from the player. So running a 60-footer here, maybe not advisable. Depends on the situation. You can definitely see your disc just kind of slide down that hill and go OB. Very Simon-y.
Yeah, about as Simon-y as it gets. Simon like going with this play, obviously, because there's trees in the way, so he likes to go over them.
There's something to that idea.
Nikko doing his best impression, but maybe doing it a little better.
Neither one of them really got the distance, just catching the top of those trees.
I got to give the shout out to the white-haired, homeless-looking man in the background. Oh, my gosh. Paul has almost aced it, but caught one of the tiny saplings behind. Let's see if we can get another view of my buddy from back home, Stan McDaniel.
I think he's perhaps going to come into frame here.
Oh, we missed it. Just go back a little bit. That's a legend. That is the reason why Charlotte Disc Golf exists, folks. He is the course designer that put in so many famous courses, 3-time Masters, world champion. And
Chris, early trees, but a great approach.
And he would appreciate me saying what I just said about him looking homeless, I think. Nikko running the putt and catching. Oh, goodness gracious. Avoiding. Is that Jonathan there or is that Jordan?
Jonathan.
That is Jonathan. Simon.
Must have touched a tree, I think.
And he thought he made it, and he knew the consequence could probably be pretty bad, but I think he's going to have. Yeah, he's got an open look. Wow.
His putt is looking really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been definitely keeping a close eye on his form this past week, and he has just been really confident. Could it be these new P2s that he's putting with?
Certainly could.
I believe he lost a few last week in Canada.
Yeah, I don't know if he got this back, honestly.
Yeah. Paul with the birdie. And Chris Dickerson able to pick up his par.
Ooh.
Nikko a little high there, but I think the thing to pay attention to is he looks confident on the green. Like, I don't think that when he's nervous, you see him take a lot of time on that putt. That time he stepped up, delivered it. It was a little bit high, but he still went in.
Yeah.
A confident Nikko on the putting green is a very dangerous thing for these players in that race for second place.
Hole 4, par 4, 620 feet. All these players are going to go for the landing zone on the right, not the straight shot that continues all the way to the basket. You play over to the right, and then you make the crossing shot over the OB area, trying to get up to this green. Wind plays a big factor here, though, as it kind of opens up on that approach. Paul with that force over.
That's looking beautiful.
It's probably a force over force.
It is, and wow.
What a great break. To go right in there and just come shooting back out. He's still going to be a little bit behind it, but, man, that's a totally different situation than being under that bush.
Yeah, that was a really good break there. It was a good-looking shot. It would have been a little bit unfortunate to land where it looked like it was going to for your average disc golfer, but not for Paul. That is going to kick out and roll 9 times out of 10. And it's all love, folks, for Paul. Just so you know, I feel like I have to clarify sometimes. See, Nikko didn't get that.
He didn't throw it hard enough.
He didn't throw it hard enough. All these throws looking so similar. Chris a little bit shorter to give himself some reprieve from that one bunker tree in the middle of the fairway.
And the wind is down at this particular moment, so that's nice for these guys as they approach this green.
We go steep angle forehand, really get it up high, knifing down right up to the rocks. Just a perfect shot. Even Simon going for the forehand approach. The wind was blowing from the left to right, as you can see there on the flag.
Wow, what a high degree of difficulty.
Got to keep that up. And it does cross over the OB little ditch there, so Nikko will have a putt. It's from 38 feet.
Oh, God, yes.
And there's that confident putting trick from Simon again. Oh, no. It's a little surprising to see Chris Dickerson miss putts. It's just one of the things that's so... the reason he got the nickname Robot Chicken is just because he's just been so methodical, and we've seen him miss a few uncharacteristically short putts this weekend.
Once again, big thank you to Discraft for their support of our coverage and the tournament itself.
Definitely.
Hole 5, par 3, 445, going down the hill, OB everywhere, including that lake on the left. These guys are going to try to stay under the wind. If it's still as windy as it was when we got through there, I think you're going to have to go with that low line. You're not really going to be playing the huge hyzer over the top that you might do in a calm condition.
No, the biggest danger here is just throwing it too far right, staying out of bounds the whole way. It happens so often.
This is a pretty low shot. I mean, it's high, it's up high, but in terms of what you might see on this hole, that is not the high shot. Hits a tree, inbounds, should be like a jump putt layup.
And that's a mistake you can make there. Hopefully we don't see the mistake that you can't make there here on this lead card.
And Simon will try the high shot. See how the wind plays with
man.
this.
Don't.
And that's going to be out of bounds.
Oh,
this is really right.
Yes, that's going to need a swing back door. And that's the mistake you can't make, folks. And I thought we might see it just because it happens almost on every card, every group. And when you're going out of bounds there, you're going out of bounds maybe 150 feet off the tee pad.
Yeah, where Simon's going to move up to almost a guaranteed 4.
Right.
Nikko still has a ton of work left.
And this is high enough, but it's got to swing over the top of these trees. Okay.
Nicely done. Best shot of the group.
This card really showcased, I think, the difficulty of this hole. So often when we see play, like league group, feature group plays this hole, they just all birdie it and they all park it, and it's just like, that's not realistic. Like, so many groups are struggling through this hole and averaging like 2 over for the group.
That was a great shot from Nikko.
Mm-hmm. Because it's blind from back there.
Mm-hmm.
Those trees that Paul hit off the tee really obstruct the view for the approach. So to pick the distance out and commit to that and execute is really well done from Nikko.
Oh, man. Chris's birdie attempt just shy of the chains.
Good bogey. You can walk away with your head held high, that's a situation where 5 comes into play so quick. I would know very, very well. Too well. I need to learn more from McBeth in many, many ways, but in one specific way, when he makes a mistake and gets a par. You know, those are his mistakes. He missed that shot inside. I don't think that had a chance of going out of bounds left, but never was really in any birdie position. And just that's how he makes mistakes, and that's how he shoots so low always. His mistakes are so
Definitely
small.
a good manager of risk.
Yep.
Sure. Hole 6, par 3, 290. This is one of the shortest on the course. Breaking to the right, OB surrounding the green. If the wind is up, this can present some challenge. If the wind is down, it's time to get your charity donation ready, because this is a star frame waiting to happen.
Maybe get a little skip, maybe sit down. Oh, yeah.
He's been calling that disc Canada mud or Canada dirt or something because, you know, Prince Edward Island, where we just came from, famous for that red clayey kind of soil.
Okay.
Great shot.
But no ace.
No ace.
Still. Little shout out to the no ace disc.
Oh, that's that. That's that one.
That's the one. I think it's.
Okay.
I don't know if it's H1 or H2, but it's one of those two. The story behind that one is that there's some big goofy clown on the disc golf tour that drew a basket on Chris's disc and drew a little circle with a line through it saying "No aces for you."
I know who it was, and I also know that if he ever did that to one of my discs, I would just take it straight out of my bag. So if there's ever a disc you don't want me to see me throwing again, oh wow!
I did. Paul just missed the putt, folks.
So we will not have a star frame here.
Wow.
Paul with a little bit of a miscue to the right on the chains.
He's got so much room to just play with. I mean, he's.
I mean, you can't deny that is a thing. You know, like focus cannot be just manufactured out of thin air, and without any pressure,
yeah.
that kind of thing is bound to happen. You know, Paul cannot be McBeast mode every single minute, and you need that competition to bring that out in a lot of cases. So that, you know, while it's still obviously surprising, and he's still going to almost, you know, every time make that putt, I feel that there's definitely the potential for that just kind of a little lapse because there's no pressure on him right now. He's coasting, and he's just playing way too well for anyone to really challenge.
Hole 7's hard.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And we're playing it into a headwind for the first time. First round, we were playing it with a little bit of a tailwind, and it was only, I believe, the 5th hardest hole on the course. It was something crazy where this is always the hardest hole on the course. But now this is back to the number 1 handicap at 6.03, so averaging a full stroke above par.
Wow.
Simon with a nice rip down the right side. Now it starts the hyzer. Oh, man, that is so, so good.
Big time. That is like 480, I'm guessing. That was a huge, like a hyzer to flat. And Nico's going to even allow a little bit of turn here. Just needs to get down.
Asking for it to sit, and it does.
Beautiful shot.
Maybe no player I'd rather be on this tee shot than Nikko Locastro, just the way that he throws that driver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you gave me Paul McBeth, I'd take it, I guess. Be like, hey, you can be Paul McBeth for this hole. I'd be like, for how long? And he said, this hole. I'd be like, that's not enough. I need the whole tournament. Oh, this is looking really nice from Chris. High and wide, but that's going to settle down and have plenty of space, landing near that bubble.
I've seen that a couple
Nice shot.
Chris laying up short with a big second shot, in position to get his third down to the basket potentially and look for a birdie.
This is kind of scary how high it is.
Oh my goodness gracious. That's
a great break.
That really is. That was a miss release just a bit early from Nikko.
And Paul going to go to the forehand. It's a really good, safe play with the power he has.
Simon
wants a 3.
Man. Playing this hole at the headwind, I don't think
oh my gosh.
Possible to get a 3. He had Simonized right before he went into his run up there, though. I thought we might see something.
Yeah.
Just ludicrous. And this is looking incredible.
I think this is is Chris throwing mid-range driver mid-range?
Maybe. I'm not quite sure what his disc
he
lineup
might
is.
have gone 2 mid-ranges on this hole. The way that thing turned, it really looked like the flight of a mid.
I did not hear the gallery erupt with Chris's shot, and maybe the cameras are too far away, but that shot deserved all the applause that it could possibly get. That was a beautiful shot, and good result for Paul after the big skip.
Nico's forehand. Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Too much angle, too much skip. Had Nikko got that down, we would have been in position to see a star frame on this hole, not hole 6.
Yeah.
And that's something you would have lost the bet every time with that. Simon just bases it.
That makes it easy. You can throw the disc that far in 2 shots. The wind really seems like it's down at this juncture.
The rich get richer, Nate. Nikko, a little kick flail, gets the par. In true Nikko fashion, finds a funny way to walk up to the basket to get his disc out.
Back to back. Circle 1 misses.
That is a great birdie for Chris. Maybe he just needed to see a few more birdies on his card to start getting motivated again. So I don't think we're going to see any more misses for Paul. That's just my prediction. But if he gets himself a few more birdies, maybe he has more wiggle room to, anyways, we'll see.
Yeah, there's two main ways to get into that focused mindset that professionals, in any sport are going to be able to use to perform at their very highest peak. One of them is great competition, and the other one is missing 2 short putts.
Yeah.
And that applies to basketball too. If you miss a couple putts, you're going to be making 3-pointers. You're going to be dribbling through other people's legs.
Is that true? I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, I don't think we have time to look it up now. So we're going to look at Chris's shot just boosting around the corner.
Yeah, that's huge.
Fantastic drive.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, what I mean is that an angry Paul is going to be he's going to find his focus through that rather than perhaps the pressure of his card mates.
That's the fire in which the McBeth was forged.
Oh, is that going to burn back in bounds? Oh, no.
Out of bounds. And again, another not sure call right there, probably on the line.
That's a way to do it as a spotter, I think. If it's close, it's best to just say, hey, you guys are going to have to come look at this.
Yeah. And Nikko just also boosted one up there. Not quite as high of a line as Chris, but still getting the same distance.
Mm-hmm.
Got there faster. Paul's one of those guys that always finds things that motivate him, though.
Yeah, he's searching for those things.
Yeah,
for sure.
He kind of creates false concepts of no one really thinks that he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though everyone knows that he's going to do it.
It's that kind of that chip on the shoulder mentality for sure. And he embraces that and, to great effect.
And to be honest, I think some of my best finishes in my career have come in those times when I felt like I was being counted out and I felt like I was being maybe disrespected by my peers or by people that were saying that I didn't deserve to be there. And it motivated me to do things that I didn't know I could do.
Yeah. And that's a cool story, but what I really want to say is, Jerm, you don't deserve to be here. So...
in the commentary booth or on the disc golf course?
At the USDGC. You don't deserve to be there. It's 2 weeks away. I'm counting you out officially. You don't deserve it.
Wow.
I don't know if that's going to motivate you at all, but that's what I have to say.
Ladies and...
What? Off the bench.
Off the bench. Nico, loving the love.
And man, maybe he called it because he was talking in round 3 about how he never gets any breaks and maybe tomorrow's going to be his day. And I would say to this point, a couple great ones lately.
And he's got the Where's the Love shirt there, and there it is right there on the course. But ladies and gentlemen, I think Nate just awoke a sleeping giant. I'm going to go ahead and put my name in the hat as a runner-up at USDGC.
I knew you didn't deserve to be there. Great shot from Simon.
But first runner-up. First is still in the name. So... But congratulations on your USDGC 2019 title. That's great. 1-2 Big Sexy.
Oh, and Nico just low from 50. Yes, limestone laser, deadly again.
We got to get a stamp made for that. Or he does. I don't want anything to do with it. He's Robot Chicken or Chris Dick Contenders. I don't know about this limestone laser thing, but it could stick.
We'll see.
Oh,
that's a longer putt than either of those last two, and he hits that one.
That's the hardest birdie to get. I don't know. What's harder to birdie, 6 or hole 8? Have you ever not birdied 6, and have you ever birdied hole 8?
Does practice count?
No.
I doubt I've ever birdied hole 8.
It's a hard hole. All right, here we are checking in. We got Paul McBeth obviously off to this huge lead. Simon Lizotte hanging on. Chris Clemens up 4 spots, 6 under through 6 on the front 9. He's making moves. C-Dick, Nikko Locastro, obviously the usual suspects still in the mix.
It looks like I'm winning. Bye. All right, out of the frying pan and into the fire here on 9. Par 3, 435, downhill to the big rock. OB everywhere. This hole is playing so tough just because that downhill and forcing you to keep it straight at such a long distance. There's quite a few holes here at Smugs that ask for that shot, and it's just a very tough shot to throw because you get the wind. You don't want to throw that flippy disc that you feel is the right shot, and then you really get in some trouble. So I'm thinking fairway driver probably from Chris, and really nice low committed shot. It's not going to reach the pin, but I don't even think that's going to disappoint him that much. That's a pretty good place to be. And what a good spot for spectators. This hole is so cool because they're up there on the earthen dam above the lake, or up at the lake, And you can have so many people watching this hole, and it's such a cool and unique view to be up above the disc as it comes in.
And that's just so good.
Wow.
God, that's so good. Paul making the adjustment from round 2 and just going ahead and parking it.
Let's see that one more time. This is a rare thing to see a park job on this hole. Just breaking at the perfect time, hopping up, giving the leaf a kiss.
And the really cool thing about spectating up there on that dam is that you can watch this hole, hole 10, hole 11, and you don't really even have to move that much. You just kind of like maybe 100, 200 feet of walking, and you can watch all 3 of these holes in a perfect place. It's always cool when you can look like down on the players. Like they look down on us. Oh, no.
That's OB really early, unless
Yeah.
it gets the best roll ever. And this is so wide. Keep your height. Keep your height.
Oh, this looks good. I like
Okay,
that.
we're good. We're good.
But is it behind the rock?
I don't think so.
Okay. If that's behind the rock, actually, you and I practiced that putt, and it's quite difficult.
Hit the rock.
A little short.
And Nikko understands how difficult that putt can be. He's got a tricky par putt. And even that's a little bit awkward, having the rock right behind you.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. But if you do wedge under there, I think, yeah, you might be in some trouble.
38 feet behind the boulder. Nikko Locastro. Cool as the other side of his hat.
Nice. Little rock hopper.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. That is such a... You just have to pick your distance because you can't quite see any of the change from there. And just, you see the flagpole and you just try to throw at it and hope that it just has a little bit of nose down and falls.
We see Simon jumping, trying to get a look at the basket.
Oh my gosh, no problem.
Great putt.
And look at what all he had to do to get that 4. That's incredible.
Birdie for Paul.
Paul just shooting a 5 down in the front, missing 2 putts inside the circle.
Yeah, and don't look now, but he's up by 11 shots. 11 shots.
Like the worst we've seen him play this weekend, and he's just picking up strokes.
Playing amazing. Got 9 more holes of it. Let's enjoy it while it lasts. I mean, this is some incredibly high-level play, really from our whole group, but especially Paul. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. JomezPro Founders Club, and we've got a giveaway. It's a swirly little buddy. You got to make sure you like, subscribe, comment on these videos to be entered in a chance to win this thing, and we'll send it right out to you.
Big Sexy. Out.